Let me ask you a quick question. What would you do with $88 million? Think about it. A house on the beach? Early retirement? College funds for the whole family? Maybe a nice car? And a lifetime supply of peace and quiet? Cool. Now what if I told you that one woman spent that kind of money bailing her boyfriend out of jail, and that his nickname was Hot Sauce? Yeah. Welcome to the world of lottery winners who had it all, and somehow, ended up with nothing. And today, we're not talking about just any winners. We're talking about 9 American women whose stories are so wild, yet so unbelievable and so painfully ironic that if you put them in a movie, people would say, "That's bad writing. No one is that unlucky." But they're all real. Every single one. You're going to want to see all 9. So before we dive in, do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It's free. It takes 1 second. And it tells the algorithm to show this to more people who love insane true stories. You in? Good. Let's get into number 9. Number 9. Evelyn Adams. A fairy tale on steroids. Evelyn Adams from New Jersey didn't just win the lottery once, she won it twice, in less than 5 months. Between 1985 and 1986, Adams hit the Pick 6 jackpot on the New Jersey lottery 2 separate times, totaling about $5.4 million. The odds? 1 in 15 trillion. You'd have better luck getting struck by lightning while being bitten by a shark. She was basically the luckiest woman on Earth, a national celebrity overnight, and thinking, the universe clearly loves me. Problem is, it's the same love of risk that made her buy those tickets became a full-blown gambling addiction. Evelyn became a regular at Atlantic City's casinos, feeding slot machines like it was her full-time job. Psychologists call it the house money effect. When you win money you didn't work for, your brain treats it like monopoly money, and you take risks you'd never take with your paycheck. On top of the gambling, the vultures came: friends, family, and distant cousins she'd never met, strangers with sob stories. Everyone had their hand out, and Evelyn just couldn't say no. She gave away enormous sums that were never returned. By 2001, every dollar was gone. Evelyn Adams was living in a trailer park on government assistance. She told reporters, "I wish I had the chance to do it all over again." $5.4 million, gone in under 2 decades. If that makes you shake your head, just wait. Number 8. Janette Lee. Here's the thing about Janette Lee. She didn't blow her money on sports cars or Vegas trips. She gave almost every penny away, and that somehow makes her story even sadder. Janette was a South Korean immigrant working at a wig shop in St. Louis when she won $18 million in the Illinois lottery in 1993. She chose yearly installments of about $620,000. To her credit, she didn't go on a shopping spree. She moved her family to a gated community and then started giving. Huge donations to education. It's including enough to the Washington University School of Law that they named a reading room after her. Political contributions that earned her dinner invitations from President Bill Clinton and Vice President Al Gore. She even dined with the South Korean president. From outside, she was the poster child for responsible lottery winning. The problem? She was spending way faster than those annual checks came in, buying on credit, donating beyond her means, nobody pumping the brakes. Desperate, she sold her remaining annual payments for a lump sum. Always a terrible deal since those companies pay way less than the payments are worth. It wasn't enough. In 2001, Janette filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy with less than $700 in the bank and $2.5 million in debt. $700 after $18 million. You can't call her selfish. She genuinely wanted to help. But generosity without boundaries is just another road to broke, and nobody taught her the difference. Speaking of mistakes, our next winner tried to become a restaurateur. See the spoiler. It did not go well. Number 7. Lisa Arand. Every time someone opens a restaurant and says, "This is going to be different," somewhere a financial advisor weeps into their spreadsheet. 60% of restaurants fail in year one. The profit margin is about 6 cents on the dollar. In 2004, Lisa Arand, a single mom from Lawrence, Massachusetts, won $1 million. After taxes, she'd receive $35,000 a year in installments. Not yacht money, but solid. Lisa celebrated. $3,000 party, private school for her son, nice wine. Then a company called Stone Street Capital approached her. They buy lottery annuity rights. The deal? Hand over $15,000 of your annual $35,000 for years, and here's $200,000 cash right now. The math was horrendous. She was selling her future at a huge discount and the lump sum bumped her tax bracket. But she had a dream. A seafood restaurant called Fisherman's Corner. Zero experience in food service. One of the toughest industries in existence. The restaurant failed in less than 6 months. Money gone, future payments mostly sold off. Lisa was worse than where she started. She told reporters, "Winning the lottery is not all it's cracked up to be. Actually, it's been very depressing." All right, brace yourselves. Next up, a Waffle House tip, a kidnapping, a shootout, and the Internal Revenue Service. All in one story. Number 6. Tonda Dickerson. And if this were a movie script, the studio would reject it for being too unrealistic. But it all happened. Tonda Dickerson was a waitress at a Waffle House in Grand Bay, Alabama. One day, a regular customer named Edward Seward left her a Florida lottery ticket as a tip. That ticket won $10 million. Before she could process it, 4 co-workers sued her, claiming a verbal pact to split any lottery tips. A jury sided with them, but the Alabama Supreme Court reversed it, ruling gambling agreements were unenforceable. Then Seward himself sued, claiming she'd promised him a pickup truck. Also rejected. Legal bills kept climbing. Then it got dark. Her ex-husband, Stacy Martin, kidnapped her at gunpoint and drove her to an isolated area in Mississippi. So, in a moment of survival instinct, Tonda grabbed her own gun from her purse and shot him in the chest. She escaped alive. And then the Internal Revenue Service showed up. Tonda had transferred her winnings into a family corporation called 9 Mill Incorporated, giving 51% to relatives. The Internal Revenue Service called it a taxable gift. $1.1 million in gift tax. Yet the case dragged through the United States tax court until 2012. Over a decade. After 12 years of lawsuits, legal fees, and trauma, the fortune was consumed. Today, Tonda Dickerson works as a poker dealer at a casino in Biloxi, Mississippi. The woman who won $10 million from a Waffle House tip deals cards for a living. Now, our next story is different. This woman lost everything not to bad luck, but to her own scheme. Number 5. Denise Rossi. If there were an award for worst plan that seemed genius, Denise Rossi would win unanimously. December 28, 1996. Denise Rossi won $1.3 million in a California lottery pool. 11 days later, she filed for divorce from her husband Thomas after 25 years. And she didn't mention the winnings. Not during proceedings, not during asset division, nowhere. Under California's community property laws, that money belonged to both of them. Denise was committing fraud, but she figured Thomas would never find out. It worked for 2 years. Then Thomas got a letter at the house from a company offering cash advances on lottery winnings. Addressed to Denise. Confused, he investigated and found the truth. The judge was not amused. Under Section 1101H of the California Family Code, hiding assets is fraud, oppression, and malice. The penalty isn't 50-50. In 1999, as Judge Richard Denner ordered Denise to hand over 100% of her winnings to Thomas. Every single dollar, the legal equivalent of stealing a cookie, getting caught, and watching your mom hand the whole jar to your sibling. If she'd been honest, she'd have kept half. Instead, greed cost her everything, from courtroom drama to genuine tragedy. Number 4. Victoria Zell, from millionaire to prisoner. In 2001, Victoria Zell and her husband won $11 million in the Powerball, money that could have funded a comfortable life for decades. Instead, it became rocket fuel for existing demons. Victoria had substance abuse issues before the win, but limited finances had kept them in check. $11 million obliterated that barrier. She spiraled into heavy alcohol and methamphetamine abuse, millions flowing straight into her addictions. In 2005, she caused a car crash while under the influence that killed one person and left another permanently paralyzed. Victoria was convicted of vehicular manslaughter and sentenced to 7 years in prison. By sentencing in 2006, she was officially bankrupt. The money gone to drugs, lawyers, and settlements. A devastating reminder that money doesn't fix your problems. It amplifies them. After that heavy one, here's a woman who tried positive thinking to build an empire. It didn't work out. Number 3. Cynthia Stafford. This story starts like a self-help book. Cynthia Stafford was raising 5 children, including her late brother's kids, in an 1,100-square-foot home in Hawthorne, California. She believed in the law of attraction. Visualize it, believe it, and the universe delivers. Every night she fell asleep imagining a winning check for exactly $112 million. On Mother's Day, 2007, her $2 California Mega Millions ticket won $112 million. The exact number. She took a $67 million lump sum, about $45 million after taxes, and split it equally with her father and brother. Generous? Absolutely. Smart? That's debatable. With her share, Cynthia founded Queen Nefertari Productions, a film company that actually produced 2 indie movies. She donated $1 million to the Geffen Playhouse in Los Angeles. She married a personal trainer and reportedly bought him a Bugatti as a wedding gift, a car that costs more than most houses. When the marriage collapsed, rumors said the divorce gutted her finances. In January 2016, less than 9 years after winning, Cynthia filed for bankruptcy. Home in foreclosure, Bentley for sale. The kicker, she then published an ebook titled Seeing How to Visualize Your Way to Success. And she's reportedly still buying lottery tickets. You have to respect the optimism. Number 2. Amanda Clayton. Amanda Clayton was 24 when she won $1 million on Michigan's Make Me Rich game show in 2011, and after taxes, about $735,000. Then she made a decision that turned her into a national controversy. She continued using her government electronic benefits transfer card, food stamps, and state medical assistance after the win. When a reporter confronted her, she argued that without a formal job, she was still eligible. The public exploded. A woman with $750,000 swiping food stamps at the grocery store. She was charged with welfare fraud, convicted, sentenced to 9 months of probation, and ordered to repay the benefits. 1 year after her win, in September 2012, Amanda was found dead in Ecorse, Michigan. Drug overdose. She was 25 years old. Her story hits hard because of how young she was. Barely an adult with a massive windfall, 0 guidance, 0 financial education, and the crushing weight of public judgment. A young woman who should have had her whole life ahead of her, gone far too soon. Take a breath. Our final story involves loyalty, love, and a boyfriend whose nickname should have been a warning sign. Number 1. Marie Holmes. And this might be the most unbelievable story on the list, not because of what she bought, but who she spent it on. In February 2015, Marie Holmes, a single mother of 4 from Charlotte, North Carolina, won $188 million in the Powerball. After taxes, roughly $88 million. You could buy a private island and still leave tens of millions to your grandchildren. Ito Marie wanted to take care of her kids, but she had a boyfriend named Lamar McDowell. Street nickname, Hot Sauce. Let that sink in. Your boyfriend's name is Hot Sauce. That's not a red flag. That's a red banner towed by a red airplane flying over a red stadium on Red Flag Awareness Day. Hot Sauce was a repeat offender with charges including drug trafficking and weapons possession. And every time he got arrested, which was often, Marie bailed him out. Not once or twice, over and over. Marie Holmes spent an estimated $21 million in bail money and fees for this one man. $21 million on bail for one guy. And let that bounce around your brain. Then her own pastor sued her for $10 million, claiming she'd broken a verbal promise to donate $1.5 million to his church. And the ultimate twist? Hot Sauce himself sued Marie from prison, claiming assets she was spending belonged to him. The man she spent $21 million keeping out of jail turned around and demanded more. Marie's story is what happens when toxic loyalty meets unlimited money. She was funding a revolving door between freedom and prison, and each rotation cost millions. The people she trusted most drained her dry. 9 women, hundreds of millions of dollars combined, and every single one ended up with little to nothing. If you take one thing from this video, money is not a solution. It's a magnifying glass. It takes whatever is already inside you, your habits, your weaknesses, your relationships, and makes them bigger. Generous to a fault, you'll give it all away. Battling addiction, you'll fund it until it destroys you. Surrounded by the wrong people, they'll eat you alive. If any of these stories surprised you, shocked you, made you laugh, or made you think, drop a comment and tell me which one hit hardest. I read every single one. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you never miss a video. Share this with a friend who thinks winning the lottery would solve all their problems. Until next time, stay smart with your money, and if someone named Hot Sauce asks you for bail money, just don't.